Hey you guys, it has been a long time since I've made a video. Just going through life, living and learning and figuring things out. And I had a video I've been thinking about for a while that I wanted to talk about because I'm just being presented with so many things and examples of it. And it's about manifestation. I heard someone say, I wrote it down because I knew I was going to forget it. I heard someone say, if you don't live by your own intentions, you leave it open to others to dictate for you. And that's pretty true, because everybody has their opinions about who you are and all that stuff, and they treat you accordingly. Whether what their opinions of who you are may not always be accurate or a true assessment, because a lot of us are always, most of us are perceiving things based on our own understanding and our own limitations. So, and I talked about this before, we put our own limitations, limiting beliefs, and our own perceptions on other people. So we make assumptions about who they are, what their intentions are, what they're doing. So I think we all need to be clearer with ourselves about what our intentions are. It's not about being transparent to other people, because it ultimately, you only have to live with yourself. But it is about knowing who you are and what your intentions are for yourself, so that you can have the life that you want to have. And that's where the manifestation comes in, because that word has become a buzzword, and it's a word that we're using all over the place. People are throwing it all out there: manifest this, manifest that. And in reality, we're always manifesting, whether good or bad. Have you ever thought something was going to happen, thought it was going to happen? You're hemming and hawing about it, you're worrying about it, thinking, oh my God, I don't want that to happen. And then it happens. You're like, I knew it. And you feel validated and almost justified in that feeling. Well, you probably manifested that bad outcome into your life by constantly meditating on it. When you're constantly meditating on the bad, the power of the mind in the universe is so strong, and we are all so open to suggestion that sadly we bring the life that we have into existence. We bring that life into existence, whether you believe it or not. I believe it. I've done it myself. There are things that I've worried about or thought about, and they've happened. There have also been things where I'm like confident about, feel it, know in my heart that it's already mine, thanking God for it already before it even happens, and feeling so confident that this thing is it, and then I've gotten it. And that's not like, wishing on a genie or, treating God like my personal wish granter. No, that's something else. That's being prayerful. That's being confident in the Lord and knowing that He knows my heart, has my best interests in mind, and, will grant the desires of my heart if they're in alignment. Sometimes people get their wishes answered and they're confused and they think that that's God. All things are not God. All things are not within God's alignment. And if people think that, when they're wishing for something bad or something that's not good, they're putting themselves in a state of confusion. They really are. Man, the traffic is so bad out here. I'm trying to... Okay. These trucks can't make it up the hill. Anyway, so I kind of got off track of what I wanted to talk about. Well, it's still in the right vein, but I was thinking about this because I was talking to someone, and, you know, we've all heard it. You say, oh, you know, I want a house with a pool. And then people will say, oh, pools are so much work. Oh, I want a boat. Oh, and no one who has a boat is happy about having a boat. They're expensive. They're this, they're that. Oh, I'm thinking about going back to school to get my doctorate. At your age? Like, there's always going to be something. People will always have something negative to say. And you have to watch who you surround yourself with. I'm having friends who are thriving right now. And believe it or not, a lot of that has to do with, of course, your own desire to thrive and your will and your discipline. But it also has to do with the people around you. When we surround ourselves with people who shit on your dreams, then, you know, that'll either fuel you to keep going, or it'll discourage you and start giving you those negative, scary thoughts that cause your inability to act. And we see that a lot in people. I see that a lot in people in my own family. I come from a huge family on both sides. My dad has 20-something siblings. My mom has 9 siblings. And when you see the vast differences in their ability to thrive in life, it's interesting. And, you know, thriving means different things to different people. So I'm not just talking about houses and money and things like that, but also attitudes and health and stuff like that too. All of it. It's not just one thing. It's like layers of different things. And it's all in who we spend our time with and who we allow in our lives. I have some pretty negative people in my family. Pretty negative. And I know that, not that I'm blaming anybody for where I am in life. I think I'm in a good place in life. Could be better, could be worse. But I know that I could have had people who were more supportive and more, I'll just say more supportive. And it's interesting to see, like, other people in my family who had the support, who are doing things differently with their lives, and people who've had no support and what they're doing in life. It's like the scales are out of balance. It's a hot mess. But, you know, I just say all that to say that, you know, we have to watch what we manifest in our lives and what we meditate on and what we think about. Because when you're constantly thinking about your pain and talking about your pain, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain, psychological pain, all that stuff, if you're constantly on that, you're meditating on it. And when you're meditating on it, you're bringing more of that into your life. When you're constantly talking about, oh, my knee hurts all the time, I'm not well, I'm overweight, I'm not healthy, I'll never get better, why is this happening to me, why is God letting this happen to me? God isn't doing this to you, you're doing it to yourself. You're allowing your limiting belief system to destroy your entire life. I have people who are in my life that constantly talk about their pain. That's all they talk about. They will interrupt you in the middle of a conversation to tell you about their pain. I try to be positive with these people and love them and make sure that I have nice, positive stuff to talk about when I call them, so that we have nice conversations, productive and positive conversations. And then they will literally interrupt me in the middle of a sentence to tell me how bad their pain is. I'm like, we're not even talking about you right now. We're talking about happiness and positivity. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not have pain. So I don't fully understand how to manage pain. But what I can tell you is that if you eat right and get moving and change your mindset and change what you're meditating on, you'll start to feel better. You'll have a more positive outlook on life. Like, I used to watch a show that was pretty negative. And I noticed that I was adopting some of that negative behavior and those mannerisms from people in that show. I was kind of imitating it or whatever. You absorb that stuff. We absorb all that stuff. Like, same with slang. Some slang is so stupid, and you know it's stupid, then all of a sudden you find yourself saying it. Because we're like sponges. We absorb our environment. And, you know, when you do that, you're bringing things into your life. You could be bringing things into your life that are not for the best. But if you're around positive people who are making positive advancements in their life, like I said, whether it's health, career, family, whatever those positive advancements mean to you and are defined by you, if you have those positive imagery, and you can achieve so much. You can achieve so much for yourself. And it just makes me sad when I have family and friends who are talking that narrative of pain or lack, can't do this, can't do that. And it's a sad situation. Limiting beliefs are killing dreams. They really are. I have a friend, she just posted the other day how she was going through a divorce, and she asked her kids to be patient with her. I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. She asked her kids to be patient with her over the next year. No birthday presents, no eating out, no Christmas gifts, but there's a bigger plan. She's gonna get through this divorce. She's going to buy them a house where they can have a yard and their own rooms and beautiful things. But they had to give her some time because she's a single mom now. She's doing this on her own. And her beautiful kids were patient. They saw the bigger picture with their mom. And they're not older kids either. They're young teens, like preteen, I believe. And those are some well-rounded kids, because even some adults, I've told this story to someone, and they're like, "Oh, that's terrible. She didn't buy her kids any Christmas gifts." Like, what? No, but she bought her kids a house this year. They have their own house, their own rooms, freshly painted entire home, their own things, their own yard, because they sacrificed some Christmas presents. You know, it's amazing how you see different people and different levels of success in life and what people deem important. She knew it was important to have a place for her kids, a home, that stability, a place of their own that they can be proud of. She's teaching them the importance of patience, the importance of saving, the importance of hard work, and she's actually showing and doing. That's a teaching moment. That was a teaching moment for her and her family, and she made it happen. She knew what she wanted, and she thrived. She made it happen. That was an example of manifesting something into reality. I have another friend. She manifested her reality and retired and moved to Mexico. I have another friend who manifested her reality, retired, her and her 45-year-old boyfriend, and they moved to Mexico. So it's like, you know, we can sometimes we look at people's lives and we're like, how can they afford that? How can they do that? Because they are manifesting and putting it into action. You know, I've seen people make a way out of no way. My parents raised 4 children on one income. My dad was the primary financial provider and my mom was the primary caregiver and nurturer. And she had a job, but you know, she didn't always have a job. She got a job as we got older, and she didn't make a lot of money, but my parents made a way out of no way. We always had what we needed and what we wanted. My mom spent so much quality time with us, dancing and singing and playing games. We would just, and we didn't have a car growing up, but we lived in the city, so we had public transportation. And we would get on the bus on Saturday morning, go to the mall. She would take us to lunch at a nice restaurant, not even like McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff. It would be like nice restaurants where we'd have a meal and appetizers and dessert. And one of my favorite desserts to always get was cheesecake from this one place. And we would just spend the day. She'd buy us toys or whatever we wanted, and then we'd take the 2-bus trip back home. And that was so special. Like, looking at it now, I'm thinking, how did my parents afford that? They had, you know, our household bills, feeding all of us, and there was never a lack of food. We always had food, always had everything. And, you know, that tells me that God provides. The universe will provide. If you're doing the right things and you are taking care of your family and being a good person, then the Lord will provide. He always provided for us. He continues to provide for us. When Ron and I first moved to Pennsylvania, we didn't have anything. We went from renting an apartment from my parents to deciding one day, we're out of here, we're moving. And we moved to Pennsylvania. No jobs, no nothing. And we made it work. We moved with our mattress and our TV. Our mattress was on the floor for like 2 years. But we were happy, we were making it work, and I always trusted. I remember my mom said when I was a kid, God always provides. You just have to know it. It's not, maybe he'll provide, maybe he'll take care of me. No, God takes care of his people. He'll take care of us. The universe is out there, higher power, whatever you want to call him. The energy, the good energy of the world recognizes the other good energy in you, and it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, you gotta put your manifestation into the right energy space. Do you want manifesting on pain and suffering and lack and your fears and the things that are impossible in life or seem impossible in life? Or do you want to reach for the stars? Know that you can heal your body. Know that you can heal your heart, your soul, your mind, your finances, your marriage, your friendships, your relationships with your cousins and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters. If you know that you can heal that stuff and know that you just have to put in the work to heal those things, you can heal them. It almost feels magical. It is magical. It's magical. When you put the work in and you heal those things, it's magical. And it's a miracle, and it's the universe just like giving you a little kiss on the cheek, because it's like, it's amazing. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm at the store, gonna pick up a coat from my little niece. You guys have probably seen her in previous videos. She just turned 1 the day after Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go buy her a big girl coat. No onesie business anymore. And yeah, all right, you guys, have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope you're manifesting beauty into your life. Bye.